How's it going, everyone? Dax here, and today we're checking out the newest Let's Game It Out video. Yeah, sorry it took so long. But anyway, we're going to be getting straight into it. Okay, so it's playing Hydroneer again. I didn't know this, so that's going to be kind of cool. Anyway, and away we go.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing
Hey,
some Hydroneer today, a game
Let's
I lovingly
go.
call Dirt and Mayhem Simulator. Probably because everything we do in this game, whether it's intentional or not, never works out quite according to plan. But in a good way, usually something frame rate breaking like this. Yeah, doesn't that look fun? And also, this video is sponsored by Honkai Star Rail. So really, with all of these handy tools at our disposal, what could possibly go wrong? Like, look at that. Even in the time I was talking, and yes, that is my horrific looking guy, I turned basic dirt into some kind of ore that we can use for all kinds of stuff. My heart is racing, and the basic loop of this entire game is you take this bucket, occasionally stop to realize everybody's judging you. See, I told you. Anyway, moving on. You go up here, there's a jeweler. Interrupt these dummies'
That's not to everyone, that's just to Josh, because how he treats this game.
Conversation. Hey, lovebirds, stop talking. Selling customer.
Developers made them like
and
that
for
for
my
him.
little piece of ore, I get 9C. Give me my 9 coins. And there it is,
Let's
our
go.
money. And then, like civilized folk, we jump on the table as this person tries to talk to us, spike the coins into the bucket, and then take your bucket and go home. And by home, I mean our free dirt plot, where I'm going to try to spend as little time as possible doing this, but we do need a little more money. Yeehaw!
For sure, for
so
sure.
many interesting materials. Like, what the heck is this? Core stone? Doesn't matter. Going to Sellsville. Population us. Ah, 961. That's more like it. Now we can build something out of this world. Hey, you know what else is out of this world? Hoyoverse's highly anticipated, brand new space fantasy RPG, Honkai Star Rail, which is out right now for free. And we're going to talk about the top 5 things you may not know about this game. Number 1, Honkai is brought to you by the same people that made Genshin Impact, complete with all the lush graphics and charm you've come to expect. Number 2, this adventure is cross-platform and free to play on the mobiles and the PC, and it's got a gigantic world to explore with a huge story to match. And it also uses turn-based combat to bring some additional strategy to your world, or your universe, or your star rails. And no matter what, you're looking at some super smooth combat that's going to keep you engaged the whole time. Number 3, did I mention?
I think the only turn-based combat game I played is Pokemon.
That it's out right now.
Oh,
Number
Persona.
4, that glorious character art, which spans dozens of characters, each with their own unique flair and expressions. There's a lot of something for everyone. And number 5, the game's got exquisite music and graphics. The cutscenes were created with professional cinematography and animation, with the same audio-visual experience to rival top-notch animation or TV shows. These gorgeous graphics alone are worth the download. So if this sounds good to you, or space stuff sounds good to you, or you sound good to you, then use my link in the description or the pinned comment. You can be playing today. There's also a code down there that you can use to get an extra 50 stellar jades, also for free. Thanks again to Honkai Star Rail for sponsoring. Anyway, we got some fun items on the agenda today. There was a recent update that added something pretty cool.
Which is?
Yeah, you don't mind if I park here, right?
Is that Grocer?
Yeah, he's fine. Hey, watch over my truck, okay? I don't trust this guy. Anyway, as I was saying, there's a recent patch that adds some fun activity at this not really finished castle. Let's go inside and take a gander. Over here is where the real action happens, because through these doors is the king of these lands.
I'm sorry, I can't remember what the last Hydroneer video was we watched, and I'm pretty sure it was about 6 months ago, so I'm a little bit lost right now.
With this one guy guarding the way. Nice helmet, dork. You couldn't afford the rest of your armor or what? But that's where we come in handy.
Just abusing the guard.
He wants a sword, I think, and the rest of their strange language eludes me. Oh wait, I can just check the scroll. Okay, I see. He wants one sword, and he wants it to weigh 200 something, made entirely of gold. That sounds like a terrible sword, which means of course I'll make it for you. I'm sure it's easy enough. So you might be asking yourself, how do we make something like that? Well, it's quite easy actually. All we need to do is find a bunch of gold. But first, let's go grab something from the biggest town in the game, which is across this bridge. And oh wait, the town's right there. Why am I doing all this work using roads? This is much easier. Easy, easy. Okay. Anyway, here's the town, but from the back. Whoops, sorry. Oh, I just bounced him twice. I'm like a truck athlete, a truck lead. Anyway, I'm at the front of the place now. Now we can have a proper introduction. Behold, Bridgeport. What a historic mining town. Excuse me, you're ruining my shot. Anyway, back to the shopping. Oh yeah, and this town is also home to one thing I always love taking a look at. That sign all the way back there.
Hey, that money should have been doubled by now.
Is right over here at the ever-glorious tools and equipment, and we're basically here for one specific item: the scales. Weighs resources. Besides that set of scales, we have a couple other things we need to buy. Besides this person's death. Behold my victory breakdance. Anyway, let's head back over to the local shop where we're gonna buy the rest. Technically,
Man
we don't
does
need
not
that
know
many
there's
things
breaks.
here. In fact, almost everything we need is in this little corner because it's all blacksmithing supplies. You know, like a hammer and an anvil and a bunch of other crap.
love how
So
they
let's
numbered
bring it
it.
to our base. Ta-da! There it is. Like the place to melt stuff
Sick.
and then the place to smash stuff. It's perfect. And I'm not sure what this 1, 2, 3 crap is, but I'm sure
That's
we'll
what I'm
smash
saying.
that out when we get there. And of course, we can't forget our scale. And we got one last thing we need, and then we're ready to go. Used machinery. Here's the fun thing. They say limited stock, and you know they're serious because when you pull it away, the next
Put
one
chains
is
on it.
chained up. So you're
That's
only
funny.
supposed to be able to have one of these. In fact, this guy even says this.
I've only got these 2 machines, but you can make more at iSelf.
Only these
Oh,
2
God, he's
machines,
northern.
huh? So imagine my surprise when you angle your cursor just
You
right.
know nothing,
the whole
Jon
thing
Snow.
highlights, and you can just pull another one out, and another, and another. And it works on both
Wait, what?
machines, too. Yes, more than one of each, indeed. So we got
5 minutes, 27 seconds. He's broke the game. Let's go back. I missed it because I was too busy doing the You Know Nothing Jon Snow.
iSelf.
only these 2 machines, huh? So imagine my surprise when you angle your cursor just right. The whole thing highlights,
He is
and you
evil.
can just pull
He
another
is
one out, and
pure
another,
evil,
and
and I love it.
another. And it works on both machines too. Yes, more than one of each, indeed.
I bet
So we
the
got 2
devs
types
are
of
just sitting
machinery
there,
in this
just
pile. We got these things
hand
with the
on
big
head.
things sticking out the top. These are drills for digging up dirt, and these other ones over here, these things are called harvesters, and they break up the dirt chunks that the other thing makes. Now there are
Okay.
conveyor belts in this game, and we could use those, but that sounds like a lot of work I don't want to do for this first one. Instead, we're just gonna do some creative stacking. For now, we need to craft some of this dirt. So this
Let's
is gonna
go.
go here, and this is gonna go right here, and this is gonna... Okay, so hear me out. Here's the first step. We got
Okay.
5 harvester thingies. The top 5 of the things that dig dirt. I forgot what they're called. We're not done yet, though. We still have to hook all
Drills?
these things up. Each and every one of these things is gonna need
Wait,
power,
what?
and by that I mean water. So we'll just get these hooked up post-haste. Ta-da! Pipes galore. Here's our secret
Here we
ingredient,
go.
by the way. Do you see this dirt right here? At some
Yeah.
point, I realized that you can just take dirt from the ground, and you can just mash it, like anywhere
Oh.
on these machines. So
Cool.
why put these machines on the ground like you're supposed to, when instead I could just take this dirt, and I could just tuck it right under here, since this
you got a
little thing
point.
right here is what's supposed to pull dirt up into the machine and spit it out. But of course, we should make sure this works by making sure that that dirt is getting nice and tucked in there. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That seems pretty good. So let's try these out and see if it works. Yep, sure does. Basically, the machine pulls dirt out, drops it
Wait.
into this machine, and then
But isn't it going to destroy the dirt underneath it? So he's going to have to keep refilling it? Or is it just unlimited?
pops out the other end to meet my vacant stare. Now let's just make sure
He
these
looks
all
dead
work.
inside.
And the answer is a very exciting yes. And while this is
Oh,
obviously good, we have all these other machines here that we can't let go to waste. So give me a second while I set up something else. And
Oh, yes.
done. Okay, just finishing up my pipe system. Let me come around the side and I'll show you the whole thing. Now, as you can see, I've extended the row, but I also realized
I already see the higher level. He's done it. Oh, he's
was
instead of
getting-
going to the side, he's gone up.
a little too generous with the dirt. I can just shove a little dollop under there and it's
Ah.
fine. So then I decided to add another set. And I thought that looks pretty good. So I added another and another and another until we had 50 of each. Just
He's
bearing
insane.
down on our poor little guy down there. Waiting to
gonna
shower
rain
us in
gems.
beautiful minerals. And in case you were
Yeah.
wondering how I did this, it turns out that once you got the pipe system set up, it's really easy to place everything else. In other words, it actually
Wow.
came together kinda well. I'm not used to that.
Oh.
Anyway, these are
Oh.
all aimed in the up position, which means they're ready to operate. And now the last thing to do is flip the switch. So shall we? We shall.
Shall we? Oh, frame rate.
Yep, it appears to be working. Beautiful
Oh.
rocks falling into these machines and then turning into
It's
minerals for
raining
us to
gems.
pick up off the ground, just like our forefathers would have wanted. And I feel like it's not going to take very long for this to fill up with minerals. I bet this feels really good on his ghoulish skin. There's the face of someone who's enjoying themselves. Well, this is great, but I think I forgot to do something. What could it be? Oh yeah, I need to collect this stuff. I forgot. And that's what this thing is for. I mean, look, there's already something in it. We just got to put it in a better position to catch
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah, that
see?
seems fine. And now we'll just wait this out. Yeah, that has to have worked, right? Let's take a look and see how we're doing. Oh, wow. What a successful haul. As you can see, the process is really working. You know what, though? I think I see what the problem here is. I don't know if
Frame rate's a little bit suffered. Still working better than the new Star Wars game.
you know this, but there's a lot of minerals flying down at us. So obviously the better solution is more of these cauldron things. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, this is definitely going to do the job, right? And don't worry, we're not just adding the one extra. I'm sure you can see where this is going. Okay, I think we're about
Nice.
ready to go. With all of these crucibles catching all of these minerals, there's no way this can't work. So hold, please.
15 hours later. I'm expecting a
Oh
mountain.
yeah, that's what we like to see. Just a
little
big
hill.
old pile
I
of
take that.
minerals. Something tells me those crucibles are probably filled now. I'm afraid to move because, as you can see, the frame rate is going, shall we say,
It's a
conservatively. Quite the mess we've created for ourselves here. That bottom row in particular is looking very ectoplasmic. But
Yeah, it looks
either way,
glowy.
I hope that this is going to be enough. First things first, let's make our way over to the shut-off valve, because maybe if stuff isn't moving, the frame rate will just get a tiny bit better. Come on, easy. Just turn, please. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, it kind of helped. And now we find ourselves facing a different problem, which is this pile is so high, I don't actually know how to get to the crucibles. Also, I like that the avalanche was so large. You see that there? That's our furnace thing. Just completely buried. Actually, from this angle, you can see it a little bit better. Oh, and look, there's a crucible we can still see. Thank God. Nope, I was wrong. That's actually the scale. Anyway, I guess we have no choice but to just start digging. One excruciating gem at a time. Oh, thank God for the orange outline. Look, we found one of the crucibles. Let's pull it up and see what we got. Easy, easy. Oh yeah, look, there's plenty of minerals in there. You know, while it tries to run away from me. Where do you think you and all that bounty are going? We're just gonna wait this out because it's easier than trying to run to it. So the normal way this works is you take that crucible and you put it on top of the furnace thing. And doing so will melt all the metals inside. So I can't think of any reason to not just try.
Dude, you gotta start again. This I can't cope with the flame rate. The flame rate.
So
It feels like a flame rate.
There. Look at that, it's heating up. Look at that, it's okay. Well, maybe it'll still work. Or it could just cool down. Okay, let's try this again. And drop. Wait, stay. Oh, never mind. Good enough. Thanks,
That actually
Bucket.
worked.
We're gonna take it over to the road where I actually feel like we see some frame rate whatsoever. In case you're wondering, by the way, what kind of toll this is having on my computer, it's not too bad. It's only taking up like 20 gigs of RAM.
Dude, he must have a 64 gig. Wait, let's have a look. I think it's
having on my computer. It's not too bad. It's
only 23%. Oh, CPU memory 50%. So yeah, he has 64 gig.
Only taking up like 20 gigs of RAM. Seems pretty okay to me. And as long as I stare at the ground, things are actually kind of manageable. Yeah, that's the concession I'm making for myself. This is now manageable for playing a video game. Okay, and we're gonna need this furnace, so come with me. Good, great. Okay, the whole gang is back together. Now, I don't think I can do this while it's completely cool. Nope, I was wrong. You totally can. The bar of iron. Awesome. I don't know, maybe this will work anyway. So the way this anvil works is you basically tell it what you want, in this case a dagger, which I think this is trying to tell me it's a one-step process where we put the bar right there and then craft it, which would differ from something else where we need like 3 different types of bars and it's going to create those parts of the sword. Not a problem for right now though. So first let's warm up the bar till it's nice and orange with flavor, and then it goes on the anvil and give it a good whack. All right, there we go. The dagger he never asked for. I mean, there's got to be some gold in this, right? In fact, I'm sure there's all kinds of precious materials in here. And maybe this guard just shouldn't be so judgy. Here, enjoy. And through the very, very few frames of animation, we can see that he is not pleased with this purchase. And also, the game has given up on showing the contents of his speech bubble anymore. Okay, well, if he doesn't like that sword, that's fine. We'll just horribly stagger our way.
The bad frame rate's giving me motion sickness. I'm struggling right now.
Pile, and I guess instead we just need to make sure it's mostly or all gold in there. That's easy. I know how we can do it. By hand. Oh boy. God. So just give me a quick second. Okay.
Dude, this makes me feel ill.
No idea how many are in there.
God.
I just hope it's gonna be enough. I also discovered I can just hold this thing while it heats up, and then it just melts right in my hands. How convenient. And then we just pour the bar, and moment of truth, let's see how much this thing weighs. Wow,
perfect.
480. It sure didn't look like it'd be
that
more,
heavy,
right? But what do I know? I'm not a real blacksmith. Hi, yeah, it's me again. Here, please enjoy your new sword. No idea how you're gonna use this in battle.
It's too heavy, right? Oh, never mind.
Oh, and not only does he give me coin, but that door opened. Do we get to meet the king? Oh, boy.
And the frame rate fixed.
What the hell was that voice? Oh, God. Another one of you mall cops has an errand for me? No, thanks. I'll just go meet the... Wait, really? I can't just go up these stairs? What about this other side? No, I don't want to do this. Come on.
No,
in case you're wondering, I did spend a bunch of time trying to figure out if I could just break through the level. And there's probably a way, but if there is, I couldn't find it. As close as I felt like I got. Okay, fine. We'll go ahead and do this stupid cooking thing, because I definitely don't want to deal with this crap. Okay, so let's see. You want a bowl of soup.
He probably made that harder than it was.
Has beetroot and broccoli, 300 weight each. What is this, like a catering event? What do you need so much for? Ugh, fine. So you might notice that the game is running a little bit smoother than it was before. Not to mention all of the raw resources are gone. Even the stuff in the cauldrons, aw. And that's because my PC desperately needed a restart. And when I tried to load the game back in, I sat at this loading screen for, I'm not kidding, 2.5 hours before it finally fell over and did this. So unfortunately, I had to load a game where I cleared all the chunks. But that
I'm glad. I'm literally glad. It was making me feel ill watching it. I'm so glad that happened. I'm sorry.
That's okay. There's more stuff to do, like clearing all of this crap out of the way so we can make a farm right here. So we have to grow a lot of crops, and I figure this will be the perfect place to do it. But first, we need to head on over to the place where we can buy a bunch of seeds and stuff. And here we are. Behold,
frame rates, I've missed you.
Jeffy LD, home of the farming guild. I don't care about any of that or these people's dumb quests. Like, look at this old guy. He just wants tomato soup, 7.5 weight. What do I look like, a charity? Make it yourself. I've got farming to do. Let's see. So we need beetroot. There it is. Make sure we get plenty of those. Not to mention broccoli seeds. And we're going to need a bunch of the equipment too, including the cooking pot as well as the stove. Okay, almost ready to get started. So here's basically how this works. We take our trowel here and we look for a dirt area and we make holes. You've most certainly seen me do this before because I spent an entire video making an entire field of these things. So we're clear that's not what we're doing here. Instead, we're going to make a very manageable size field here. I probably should have been counting, but what do I look like, a mathlete? So here's where the fun comes in. First off, let's plant our seeds. Wait, what happened? Oh, I see. Silly me for thinking they'd fall on the ground. Okay, there they go. Anyway, let's start planting in no particular order. Okay, that should about do it. And as a reminder, the way these things work, they basically grow ever so slowly. Like when I speed it up, you can see it a lot easier. And then at a point, they run out of water. And it's a pain, but we're gonna use this thing. I don't want to deal with sprinklers again. And then before you know it, just like that, we have all of our broccoli. Now, I could harvest these with my hands, but we don't want to make everything too easy. So we're gonna enlist the help of an old friend. This machine over here called the Hydrocropper. Basically, this thing lets us harvest like a pro. Get ready, fields. You're gonna be no match for this. Yes, yes, look at all that broccoli. Feed it into the machine. Well, that was easy, and it makes replanting easy. We just take all of these seeds, dump it in the trough in the back, and then when you go over the thing again, oh my god, look at all that sort of planting we did before we unceremoniously ran out of seeds. And we'll just fill in the rest ourselves. And then before you know it, this turns into more beets than your insides could ever know what to do with. Come on, fancy machine, it's our time to shine. Whee! Oh no, there's beets everywhere.
Wait,
thankfully,
what?
this machine can pick them up right off the ground.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Now that we're done, it's time to make the soup. And I could just chop up the vegetables the old-fashioned way, but where would the fun in that be? I have a much better idea of how we're gonna go about this. So first, let's make a trip back to town, because now it's time for my favorite thing, and that's these things over here. Conveyor belts. Now, we're not gonna get too fancy. The only one we need is the straightforward conveyor. And we need to pick up one other thing before we head back, which is this thing right here. The veg dicer hook. Chops vegetables when hooked onto a conveyor belt. Yep, it's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, of course, we could chop all these vegetables with our hands, but what are we, infants? I don't think so. Oh, hey, it's this guy again.
Why is
hey,
he
buddy.
like this?
Behold the sign of my people again. Okay, here we are. Time to get started. So the game doesn't let you just put conveyor belts down. They actually have to be wired down with pipes. And then you take the conveyor belt and you just put it like right on top of it. And then once water is running through it, the thing will work. So hang on while I finish this up. Okay, here we go. One simple conveyor belt system. Let me give you the grand mini tour. First off, we hooked up our pipe to the rest of this stuff, and then we follow this water pipe over here to the conveyor belts, and this is where our vegetables are gonna go. Down this conveyor belt, all the way over here to where we have our beautiful little furnace thing. And on top of this is where we put our big thing of hot water, so that we can make the soup. And in theory, the vegetables will go right down into it. In theory. Oh, Sammy, I almost forgot to put the little chopper things on too. Hopefully one of these is enough. Look at that, it's a
you should have had multiple.
5 of them. For the closest cut a vegetable can get. And the way we're gonna distribute the vegetables onto the conveyor belt is with this thing. You see that little thing right there? It extends and drops out all of our vegetables. It's gonna work just swimmingly. I can feel it. So a quick aside to what's gonna happen when we turn this on. Because it's all connected by the same pipe system, turning the water back on is gonna activate not just those conveyor belts, but also
the machines
all
up
this
top.
again. So here goes nothing. Okay, so our magical machine is definitely working again.
No.
As is our cutting blades. Oh god.
It's
Anyway,
chopping
it's
up
time
the
to distribute.
gems.
Here we go. See, look at that. It's working great for the most part. great enough. Okay, here come our vegetables coming along the choppy line. Oh, yeah. Look at them get chopped up and turning into a nightmare. I'm glad it's going to be intermingled, by the way, with all these minerals. I hope whoever's eating this soup is okay with a little bit of roughage, because there's sure is going to be a little bit of iron in there. I like to call them flavor crystals. Oh, it's so delectable. I can't wait for it to be added to our soup. Oh, the way it jumps forward is so weird. It's like it's alive. Just the way Grandma used to make it. Time for more veggies. Nummy, nummy, num. Yeah, I feel like this is working out just fine, right? All these creepy looking vegetables get cut into creepy little chunks before aggressively trying to jump into the pot. I think we've done it. I think we've made the perfect soup. Please, God, turn off. Now, don't be afraid to plunge those last parts in if you can. Who's got a bowl? There it is. It's time to dig in to a delicious bowl of soup. Mmm. Hope this jackass
actually
likes
looks
their
half
soup.
decent.
Pardon me, coming through. Here you go. Here's your soup, filled with so many non-essential vitamins and minerals. Well, not sure what I expected.
Wow.
Thanks, you can just hold on to those, okay? I don't need them. And now that that's done, and we don't have to deal with this crap, let's head up to the...
Oh, you have to do both. We'll take the coins.
Why
take
is
the
this game
coins.
such a cruel mistress?
Take the coins. You know way.
I'll do your stupid quest. Look at all this. Iron, gold, core stone.
Imagine he does all this and all he had to do is accept the coins.
Time to fire up the machine again. Hold,
I
please, while I do a little harvesting.
So many hours later,
Don't worry, you didn't miss much. Just me putting these bars together, especially the core stone, where to make this brick, I had to just peruse around and find the more rare minerals. Whatever, I'm sure it'll be worth it. Wow, what a hell of a sword.
Sick.
413 core stone bars, 1,057 gold bars, and 5,420 iron bars. Hey,
I think you have it on
I'm
it.
back. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for all the tokens. I don't care about them. Just like your friend, just keep holding them. All I care about is that I can go up these stairs. Thank God.
I was wrong.
Can we meet the...
Oh,
of course you would. Of course you want fishing. Oh my God, I can even see the king up there. I can't go up here, of course. Oh, but I can climb up the banister at least. Hey, you. Oh, it's a kid.
good little legs.
Of sitting on this throne all day.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you tired from all that sitting? You know what? You just wait right here. I have an idea. We can't get to him that way, but I bet we can get to him another way. And you want to know how we're gonna do that? You see that window up there? As you can see, the king is right on the other side of this window.
Is he gonna conveyor belt glitch through?
And that idea has to do with conveyor belts.
I
Conveyor
knew
belts
it.
and a whole bunch of dirt. So as you can see, we've reappropriated this top row. The grinding things that used to be there have been replaced by a conveyor belt, so now it's just pumping dirt with no chance of it turning into minerals. Instead, it goes on a journey all the way up to the castle.
He's gonna bury the king in his castle.
Very exciting, which is that if we follow the dirt, this last conveyor belt is actually pushed into the wall. And it turns out that stuff on the conveyor belt will just keep going through solid objects, which means that all that dirt that's coming in is falling down into the king's throne room. And oh boy, does it look like it's working. This'll teach you to have so many guards with so many quests, you little brat. And don't worry, I'm still gonna do that stupid quest. I just wanted to make sure this was running first, so that you feel like you're on borrowed time. Oh, and don't mind me, I'll just be on this bridge doing a little fishing as I overlook the castle being filled with rocks. Ah,
Jesus
what
Christ.
a time to be alive. Okay, we're back here at the castle. Me and my giant
There's not gonna be a king left.
Where is that idiot? You want your lobster? I've got your lobster right here. And by that I mean somewhere in this pile. Let's see, is this it? No. What about this? Is this it? Nope, that's not it either. No, really, it's in here somewhere, I swear. Oh my God, there it is. I knew I didn't make it up. Here's your stupid lobster. Oh, don't give that to me. I'll throw it in a drainage ditch somewhere. Anyway, let's finally do this. Let's go meet the king. Hello, my liege. Hello? King, are you back there? You're oddly silent. All right, well, let's see if we can help dig you out. Hold on, I see something. Interesting, it appears to be a scepter. I'll take this. Wow, the king's scepter. The dirt wand. What a fitting reward.
I heard someone back there.
Oh, nothing? Here, look, even the king says so. Yeah, it's true. I'm totally fine. Don't come up here for any reason. See, told you. In fact, don't move, okay? I'll be right back. First,
what does that do?
Somewhere for safekeeping. Yep, that'll do perfectly. And then let's go ahead and send the king a, royal delivery. Well, that probably takes care of him. Who knew that would be so easy? With that little problem taken care of, I guess we have our treasure now. A dirt wand that creates dirt chunks inside dig sites. I mean, I already made dirt from nothing in a previous video, but this is still pretty cool. I would say that the more important part to this is that the kingdom is now kingless. I want to thank Honkai Star Rail again for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out the game for yourself, it's free to play, and there's a link in the description. So I hope you had fun. I know I did. And I'll see you next time.
That was crazy. He just Yeah, he just did that. Good video. Well, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed that video, make sure you check out the original description down below. I'll see you in the next one. Later.